From green signal to anti-rape bill in the West Bengal Assembly to Congress's fresh salvo on SEBI chairman Madhvi Buch, and what changes did Netflix make in IC 814 web series? Let's get you all the big stories of the day in this news wrap. Hi, I'm Charulata Biswas and you're watching the Indian Express. Let's get you started. The West Bengal Legislative Assembly on Tuesday unanimously passed the Aparajito Women and Child West Bengal Criminal Laws Amendment Bill 2024, also referred to as the Anti-Rape Bill. The bill calls for enhanced punishment for rape convicts and makes the death penalty mandatory if the rape victim dies or is left in a vegetative state. It was introduced in the wake of the brutal rape and murder of a resident doctor at the RG Kar Medical College and Hospital in Kolkata on August 9th. Here is an explainer on what this bill is. Let's take a look.
West Bengal government is pushing for a new law in the backdrop of the brutal RG Kar rape and murder case. Now the bill, Aparajita Women and Child Bill, West Bengal Criminal Laws Amendment Bill 2024, will be introduced in the assembly. Now what is this bill? Let's find out. Aiming to create a safer environment for women and children in the state by amending and introducing provisions related to rape and sexual offences, the West Bengal government's newly drafted anti-rape bill proposes capital punishment for rape convicts if their action result in victims' death or send them into a vegetative state. The government has called a 2-day special session starting Monday in the wake of the rape and murder of a trainee doctor at Kolkata's RG Kar Medical College and Hospital last month. The draft states that other convicts of rape and gang rape would receive a life sentence lasting for the rest of their natural lives. The draft bill proposes to amend provisions of the newly passed Bharatiya Nyaya Sanhita 2023, Bharatiya Nagarik Suraksha Sanhita 2023 and the Protection of Children from Sexual Offences POCSO Act 2012. Proposing significant changes to the investigation and prosecution process, the bill stipulates that probes into rape cases must be completed within 21 days of the initial report. This is a reduction from the previous 2-month deadline. The amendments also propose to establish fast-track courts for such cases. The bill says an Aparajita task force will be constituted to investigate cases of rape or atrocities on women and children. It says the task force shall be formed at the district level and be headed by a deputy superintendent of police for the investigation of these offences.
In a significant development, Sandeep Ghosh, former principal of RG Kar Medical College and Hospital, has been sent to 8 days of police custody in connection with a corruption case. While hearing the matter, the Alipur court granted the CBI 8-day custody of Sandeep Ghosh and 3 others in the case of alleged financial irregularities at the RG Kar Medical College and Hospital. Responding to ICICI Bank's statement concerning payments made to the current SEBI chief Madhvi Buch, the Congress party on Tuesday claimed that the bank's clarification raises more questions than it answers. Congress earlier alleged that Buch had earned 16.8 crore rupees from 2017 to 2024 in salary and through stock options from the bank. Let's listen in.
तो ICICI ने ये TDS अमाउंट को टैक्सेबल इनकम में क्यों नहीं दिखाया माधवी जी की? माधवी जी के लिए एक अलग पॉलिसी है, बाकी कर्मचारियों के लिए अलग पॉलिसी है। का नॉन कंप्लायंस है इनकम टैक्स एक्ट। हम एक और आरोप लगाते हैं, नया आरोप। इज द TDS ऑन ESOPs। जो TDS था ESOPs पे ICICI ने दिया माधवी बुच जी के बिहाफ पर, हम ये जानना चाहते हैं कि क्या ये नीति, ये पॉलिसी तमाम ICICI के अधिकारियों और कर्मचारियों के लिए भी आप करते हैं कि उनके ESOPs पे TDS आप देते हैं? Do you do this? Do you extend this courtesy to every employee of ICICI that you pay the TDS on their behalf? And ये जो TDS आपने दिया, जो अमाउंट है उस TDS का आपने पे कर दिया माधवी जी के बिहाफ पर, तो क्या वो माधवी बुच जी की इनकम में माना नहीं जाएगा? हम और आप इनकम टैक्स देते हैं, हम सब थोड़ा बहुत समझते हैं इनकम टैक्स को, और अगर वो उनकी इनकम में है, शी शुड बी टैक्स फॉर इट। तो ICICI ने ये TDS अमाउंट को टैक्सेबल इनकम में क्यों नहीं दिखाया माधवी जी की? ये इनकम टैक्स का नॉन कंप्लायंस है इनकम टैक्स एक्ट का। हम एक और आरोप लगाते हैं, नया आरोप है। हम इंतजार करेंगे, आईसीआईसीआई जवाब देना चाहता है दे, एसईसी को भी दे कि साहब हमने जो आपकी वेबसाइट पे पॉलिसी डाली है अमेरिका की वो अलग है, हिंदुस्तान में हमने वेबसाइट पे नहीं डाली, लेकिन यहां अलग पॉलिसी है, और यहां भी माधवी जी के लिए एक अलग पॉलिसी है, बाकी कर्मचारियों के लिए अलग पॉलिसी है ईसॉप्स की।
3 crew members of an Indian Coast Guard have been missing since Monday night after their helicopter made a hard landing and ditched into the sea off the Porbandar coast in Gujarat while they were on a mission to address a medical emergency on board a tanker. Here's a report on the ongoing search operation.
3 crew members of an Indian Coast Guard helicopter have been missing since Monday night. Their helicopter made a hard landing and crashed into the sea off the Porbandar coast in Gujarat. The crew was on a mission to address a medical emergency on board a tanker. The Indian Coast Guard, in a statement posted on its official X account, confirmed that helicopter took off at 11 p.m. on Monday. The mission was in response to a distress call from the Hari Leela, an Indian-flagged oil tanker, which was sailing off the Porbandar coast. The Coast Guard stated on 2nd September 2024, ALH helicopter was launched at 2300 hours to evacuate an injured crew member from the motor tanker Hari Leela of Porbandar, Gujarat. The helicopter had to make an emergency hard landing and ditched into the sea. There were 4 crew members on board the helicopter at the time of the incident. So far, 1 crew member has been rescued. A massive search and rescue operation is underway to locate the remaining 3 members. The Coast Guard has deployed 4 ships and 2 aircraft for the search efforts. The Coast Guard officer informed the Indian Express on Tuesday morning that the helicopter took off from the ICG station in Porbandar. The officer said, and I quote, "The helicopter was on a mission to save an injured crew member off a tanker but had to make a hard landing during the mission. Details as to what has exactly happened are being ascertained." The search for the 3 missing crew members is ongoing. Another senior Coast Guard officer provided further details, explaining that the helicopter had 2 pilots and 2 aircrew divers on board. The officer said, and I quote, "The helicopter had taken off for the medical evacuation of a crew member who had suffered head injuries on board a tanker. However, something happened while the helicopter was approaching the tanker." The officer emphasized that pilots and aircrew divers are trained to escape from aircraft in emergency situations like this. However, the exact details of what occurred during this incident are still being determined. Aircrew divers play a critical role in operations like this. They are responsible for transferring people from the sea or from onboard a sea platform to the helicopter using specialized equipment like buckets and winches.
Streaming platform Netflix has updated the opening credits of IC-814, the Kandahar hijack, amid controversy over the portrayal of terrorists in the web series. The updated credits will now include the real names of 2 hijackers whose Hindu code names drew fierce criticism.
This is the only official statement on this matter. There are a lot of reports online, and I request our esteemed members of the press to please refer to this particular statement. And I'm reading it as per quote from Monica Shergill, Vice President Content, Netflix India. Please pay attention. For the benefit of audiences unfamiliar with the 1999 hijacking of Indian Airlines Flight 814, the opening disclaimer has been updated to include the real and code names of the hijackers. The code names in the series reflect those used during the actual event. India has a rich culture of storytelling, and we are committed to showcasing these stories and their authentic representation. ये ऑफिशियल स्टेटमेंट है दोस्तों. दिस इज फॉर एस्टीम मेंबर ऑफ द प्रेस. जो पिछले 24 घंटों में 48 घंटों में जो चर्चाएं चल रही थी, आई होप इस स्टेटमेंट के जरिए आप उन चर्चाओं को संबोधित कर पाएंगे और अब इस सीरीज को एंजॉय कर पाएंगे जिस तरीके से इस सीरीज को बनाया गया है फॉर द सेक ऑफ द स्टोरी टेलिंग दैट इट हैज डन. सो थैंक यू वेरी मच. दिस वाज द ऑफिशियल स्टेटमेंट.
That's all for the day, but leaving you with visuals of fresh rain showers in Shimla.
Hi, this is Karisma Kapoor, and I welcome back Screen Newspaper in its all-new digital avatar. All the best.